What's crackin', my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars. But my dudes, you know me too well. You know that's not all I got for you today. I've also got some r/tales from call centers, so stick around for that. And without further ado, smash that subscribe button, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. That choosing beggar uncle. Posted by user Antonello. So, we all have that uncle. In this case, my uncle was unemployed and lived with his wife's mother. He's 48. To start the story off, we are all in a family reunion, and it's basically family tradition to stay away from that uncle because he's always asking for money for his new business. He typically only asks his siblings, my dad and my aunt, for the money. But recently he started targeting me and my cousins. Thanks to our parents' experience, we know not to trust him, but he is very persuasive. In the family reunion, he waited for us to get drunk to make his move. The conversation went something like this. So, how do you like the idea for that business? It's pretty cool. I'm just lacking the funds to get it going. That sucks. We wish you luck, though. We all laugh, basically making fun of him. But then he started crying out of nowhere and asked for the money on his knees. He started promising on Granddad's grave that he would pay us back. And for us, this was a very uncomfortable situation to be in. I didn't crack, but unfortunately one of the cousins did and decided to help him out. We all looked at him with that look. Don't do it. Next morning, he took him to the bank, and to this day, he doesn't want to tell us how much money he gave my uncle. Not even a week later, I see an Instagram post and an Insta story from his wife lying down in the beach. That motherfucker spent the money on a vacation to Acapulco, Mexico. When my cousin found out about this, he drove to his house, confronted him, and basically gave him a beating. We separated them and left. We haven't spoken to him since, even though he still goes to family reunions. Why would you even put yourself through those family reunions after, everybody fucking hates you? Or is he like that oblivious that he doesn't realize that nobody fucking likes him? I guess because he was able to weasel his way into one of their pockets I don't know. This fucking guy sounds like a dick. I'd be telling him off though. If that was my uncle, nope. I would be forcefully shoving my cousin's hand back into his own pocket and saying, don't you fucking think about it. But, that's just me, my dudes. You never know. Alright, before I get into the next story, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for future videos just like this one. Alright, this next story is called Don't You Know That Skates Set a Person's Image in Stone for at least the next decade? Posted by user Pitiful Watercress 7. My nephew, for the sake of simplicity, it's complicated, is 6 years old and supposedly interested in inline skating. His mother told me and proposed I get him some skates. I started searching the internet for an inexpensive option because I'm a student and trying to save if possible. While doing so, I read a comparison on inline and roller skates, essentially coming down to roller skates provide more stability and easier movement. Inline skates make it easier to go fast. When mentioning this to my mother, she said we still had hers and her brother's, and that they easily span years and years worth of shoe sizes because they're the kind you tie onto shoes. Considering that the child's birthday isn't until late autumn, and now's the perfect time to use them, made me think those were the perfect occasionless gift. If he really needed inline skates, he could get those for his birthday. I searched the cellar in the shed and found them. Dusty and with a tiny bit of rust, but intact and running smoothly as butter after I oiled them. Turns out I was wrong. Now, where I'm from, inline skates are like the word cool, or like Star Wars was for my generation, the hot new thing when our parents were young. Today, they're pretty normal overall. Not hot, but definitely not cringy either. Young parents brand it as cool towards their young children though. So when I presented the oiled and dust-free skates to the mother, she exploded at me. How cheap I was. If her boy didn't deserve better, whether I didn't like him, and how would that make her family look if a child were to be seen in those? I said they could at least try it. If he liked it, he could still get new ones for his birthday. Besides, roller skates are better suited for children anyway. She started whining. But it's so long until his birthday. Besides, he won't be cool anymore if he doesn't have inline skates. He's 6, for fuck's sakes. Okay then, I said. If you don't want them, it's fine. But I don't like spending money I don't have to on stuff nobody needs because we have the exact same thing already. It's just not shiny and new anymore. Don't get me wrong, he will get something for his birthday, just no skates of any kind. One edit. I need you all to note that I'm not claiming the used roller skates as the ultimate or finite solution. I don't know whether the boy's mom wanted to give me an idea for the next birthday or actually expected me to just have spare money to get stuff for him for no reason. I thought they'd make a fine freebie until I, or someone else, would gift him a better pair of skates and maybe make them overthink which kind of skate was better suited. If he didn't like the roller skates, that wouldn't have been a problem, but rather a valuable reassurement. If he did, it would have been saving them spending money on something he might have imagined differently. I guess it's different for everyone. In my youth, inline skates had just become standard and my ankles weren't strong enough. They bend inwards and I could never concentrate on skating. When roller skates made their comeback a few years ago, I discovered those for me. Maybe my nephew's different. Maybe he's the same. Either way, it doesn't hurt to try different skates to see. As for people saying things like, he wanted a PC and you gave him a calculator. Sure, it's nothing fancy, but it's free and it's better than nothing. That's what I had, and as stated above, it's not meant to be forever. It's more of a gap filler. That's kind of like, oh, there's so much with this story. Okay, so like he's not wrong. Like he's clearly this mother is a choosing beggar, hands down. Nobody is disputing that fact. Also, like they're right about the fact that everybody is different in the way that they can, do sports like this. Like I cannot roller skate. I kind of can, but I run a serious risk of doing like splits, like no joke, and I'm too old for that shit. Even when I was young, I was too old for that shit. Actually, I could do the splits up until like my late 20s, and then now I just nope. Anyway, let's defer from that topic. But yeah, like I can rollerblade, no problem. Have no problem rollerblading, but to roller skate, nope. Ain't happening. I'll end up hurting myself. Same with I'm horrible at ice skating. I can't do that either. So for people that are actually commenting on this and saying, he wanted a PC and you gave him a calculator. Like, no, you shut up. You're part of the problem for enforcing this kind of behavior. They were willing to give them something for free that was in working condition. Nobody cares about your fucking rollerblades right now. Like the OP said, rollerblades are rollerblades. I got the cheapest pair I could find that were comfortable. It's not a big deal. But fuck, man, people are like so entitled. Like, you need to buy my kid this and this and this, even though you didn't push the gremlin out of your crotch. I'm using that term a lot lately. Crotch gremlins. Say it with me. Crotch gremlins. Fucking hell. Anyway, let's move on to the next story. So I'm only going to do 2 from Choosing Beggars today. I've got 3 from Tales from Call Centers. This one is called Customer Loves His Analogy Until I Use It Against Him. Posted by user BostonB96. This call was from a while ago, so I don't really remember all the boring details. But it stands out to me because the guy I was talking to thought he was so clever until I used his own analogy to disprove his point. Basically, he was complaining about how our software works with Microsoft. There was an issue on their end, but he wanted us to resolve it because he can't reach Microsoft over the phone. That does not make it our problem, nor is it something we could even fix if we tried to. After some polite reiteration by me that, unfortunately, there is nothing we can do, he goes, "You guys always just want to dump the problem on somebody else. You know what that tells me." After a few moments of silence, I realize he is actually waiting for me to ask. "What?" I say in a disinterested tone. "That's like if you're a basketball manufacturer and your ball isn't going through the hoop, so you tell me to go talk to the guys that make the rims." Kind of a weird analogy, but okay. I usually stay away from analogies because some people don't take kindly to them, but I figured using his own analogy is the best way to put it in terms that he will understand. So I respond, "Well, if the rim is 3 inches wide, that is a problem with the rim, not the basketball, right?" He didn't freak out because I could tell he was annoyed at my response. I didn't even remember what he said after that, but he basically just complained a little more and then accepted that we can't do anything more for him and hung up. It was nothing compared to the stories I see on here, but it felt good to shut him down because I was relatively new at the time, and that was my first real pushback to a customer clearly in the wrong. It's you gotta love it when you can throw their own words back in their face, you know? It's such a satisfying moment. Let me know if you've had a moment like that where somebody has tried to make a point, but they pretty much just, face desked into the point and still missed it. Let me know in the comments below if you've got a situation or a story that involves that kind of, situation. Fucking hell. I can't word today, my dudes. Okay, just leave me alone. Alright, this one is called "The Customers That Have to Math While I'm on the Phone." Posted by user Itchy Narwhal. Every so often, I have a customer that has to do their own math to make sure my math matches their math and they're not being taken advantage of. I had one today, and it was a simple misunderstanding about a sale that ended last week, and that's why the order total this week was different. They got the sale last week. All good, but it made me think of others. I've had some interesting interactions. My favorite to date is this one. Accountant. "Why is your total less than mine? I'm an accountant. I do this for a living. You did your calculations wrong. It has to be X amount. Refund me X amount." You used a coupon for 10% off. That's why your total is this total. "That's a load of bull. I did not use a 10% coupon, so you need to refund me X amount." That doesn't match our records. Are you logged into your account? If you click on order number, you see the subtotal is X amount. There's the code for 10% off and the total you paid, which is this total. "That makes no sense. I never applied the coupon, did you?" Looked over the call log. Actually, you did speak with me on this date and asked me to apply the coupon for you. You spoke with this rep about a return for refund on this date. The refund was received and processed. We refunded you this total. "Oh, I see. And shipping?" Your order got free shipping. He asked for a copy of the refund confirmation, and that was it. And I just totally assumed that that accountant was a woman, and I am so sorry. Oh my god. What's wrong with people? Like, how do you forget that you did something? Like, how do you, like, what? You should be happy. I mean, you're getting the refund. Nah. I don't know. These people make my brain hurt. Like, I could do your job. I suck at math and I could probably do your job, okay? Maybe not every accountant, but this accountant this accountant in particular, I could probably do their job. I'm just gonna go ahead and state that for the record. All right, my dudes, we got one more story to take you through. This one is about the same length as the others, so yeah, let's get into it. He wanted to talk to me specifically. Posted by user Puleto. I'm sure it's the same deal in all call centers of the world. You cannot be specifically transferred to a particular agent. When you call, you have a new person and you have to explain everything back to the beginning in more or less details depending on the agent talking and the complexity of the request. That being said, I had this customer on call today, very angry and pissed off about a transfer not received, working for a bank. He called us 5 or 6 times today already, and it's 3 p.m. Okay, shitty call, lots of cussing, insults, not directly to myself, but still. You are a piece of shit. Your bank is rubbish. I swear to you, I'ma come to your office myself and get this fucking shit done. And I fucking forbid you to hang up on me like all your coworkers did. Kinda tone. Nothing we can do for him. We have to wait. Can check with hierarchy if there's any issue on account, but likely it's not gonna do anything. Offering it to him anyway. I promise you, I'm gonna stay on the phone, Mr. Berlou. I'm here to help. I'm gonna do my best to give you a clear answer, but keep in mind that... Fuck. That explains the hanging off from previous coworkers. He has a shitty 4G, that's all. I try to call him back. Once, twice, 5 times. Voicemail. Hey, I tried, buddy. When I'm writing my post on his profile, one of my coworkers get in touch with me by private message. Hey, what the fuck with Mr. Berlou? I have him on the phone. He wants to talk to you. He threatens everyone. He's a total piece of shit. Well, good luck on dealing with it, darling. I try to explain the thing. She does not answer till a couple of hours later when we meet after work for a drink. Hey, I'm sorry for earlier. He hanged up on me too. Must have a shitty line. I just promised him not to blow up at him. He wanted to kill me, I bet. What? Not at all. You were the only one he wanted to talk with because you were, I quote, the only competent and nice one willing to help. I had to hang off because he would not talk to me at all and would only wanted to talk to you. It hit me. I did a great job on this. Only by being empathetic and listening. The training is actually helpful, and I could be good at this job. And I'm not a total worthless worker after all. The guy was an entitled asshole still, but it has been the highlight of my day. Oh my god. Can you imagine? You know what? And I dealt with this at the last place I worked at too. There were people I would fucking cringe when they would call in. If I saw their name pop up on our phone system or their phone number or their store number or anything, I would fucking cringe. And I'd be like, no. And sure enough, 30 seconds later, Lorna, so-and-so wants to talk to you. And I didn't get it because, like, I've been fired from jobs because of my straightforwardness. I've been told that I'm, like, too to the point. Too much to the point. I don't know. I'm too fact-oriented, and I say facts instead of hand-holding and being like, well, did you maybe try this? Like, dude, I work in tech support. I don't work in, like, life coaching. You know what I mean? If you didn't learn that, why do you have this job? Well, clearly I'm speaking more to the coworkers that I had. So, some of the coworkers, not all of them. Some of them were pretty decent. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they always put people in your position. They want to pay them the same amount of money. And yet you're sitting there with more knowledge than they have. And you're like, okay, fine. If you're going to make as much money as me, then sit here and do the job without me helping you. You know? Most of them couldn't. They had to have somebody helping them. It was ridiculous. But anyway, I'm venting because this is the end of the video, my dudes. How'd you guys like it? How you guys doing? What's your plans for the weekend? Is your area still on lockdown? Let me know in the comments below what's going on in your area. I'm really curious to know about all the, all the shit going on in everybody's lives. My dudes, my new computer is fucking awesome, by the way. I can play all the games, my dudes. As soon as I can figure out how to bypass this stupid graphics card error I get when I try to record screenshots, because I know my graphics card can handle it. I know there's a workaround. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get some different gameplay footage. I've got some other gameplay I got on my other computer. I just need to transfer over. So that'll be in the next video as well. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have gameplay footage you want to see in my videos, feel free to send it my way. You guys have a fan-fucking-tabulous day. Don't forget to scroll down the comments below and pay, a visit to the links to the posters of all these stories. Give them some love with some upvotes, all that fun shit. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on all notifications, all that fun stuff. You guys have a fan-fucking-tabulous day. Peace out, my dudes.